Indeed, 17 minutes past 1. My next guest on the Sunday News holds the record for the longest escape and evasion by an SAS trooper, or any soldier for that matter. He crossed the Iraqi desert alone for 180 miles to get to safety after his mission, Bravo 20, went wrong during the First Gulf War in 1991. Since then, Chris Ryan has become a best-selling author, using his SAS knowledge to pen dozens of novels. He's been telling me he prefers writing fiction because describing his real-life experiences is too distressing. He also said a period serving in Northern Ireland was not the best time of his life. But I began by asking him, what misunderstandings do the public have when they think about the SAS?
Probably their preconceived ideas are the guys are just cold-hearted killers, and usually they come in one form, probably about 6'6" and built like a barn door. But actually, it couldn't be further from the truth. I think a lot of the SAS soldiers they're quite clever. They're very good at adapting and changing, and also winning over the hearts and minds of the population of wherever or whichever theatre they're operating in.
So is charisma one of the greatest tools they have?
Well, maybe not charisma, but I mean, I can remember going out to the Far East or certainly Africa, where we would go into a village and we would have our medics. Some of the SS soldiers are really highly trained in the medical field, and they would be going around, helping the local population, winning them over, whether it be helping build buildings and everything else, and then within a short period of time you can win their trust, and that's when you can start gathering information about whatever problem you have been sent there to solve.
You mentioned a couple of the locations that you've been to. You also spent time in Northern Ireland, and
yes.
Tell me about your experiences here.
Well, with the recent experiences, I still have a house there. I mean, I love the place. I think it's one of the most friendly places in the UK.
You served here, though, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
Tell me about that period.
Well, I mean, it was a not a good period I don't think for Northern Ireland. We would come over. We were predominantly working in plain clothes. We weren't walking the streets, and we would react to various situations. Like I say, it wasn't the best time of my life, but I actually love the country, and as I said, I love being over there.
Why do you describe it as not the best time of your life?
Because I think the Troubles were destroying a great part of the United Kingdom. It was a lot of innocent people who were being affected by a few people who couldn't sit round a table and talk.
There has been a lot of debate, you'll be aware, about the potential prosecution of soldiers for actions taken during the Troubles. Also, statute of limitations has been discussed. What's your view on that?
Well, yes, I've spoken to several of the guys who have actually been brought over to Northern Ireland to be re-interviewed. And again, it's just one of them things. If we keep looking back, we're never going to be able to look forward or move forward. And if somebody has done something wrong, then they will be prosecuted. After every incident that involved the SAS, they were interviewed by the then RUC. There was a post report, and if there had been something done illegally, it would have been highlighted then.
See, you would have faith in the system as is.
Well, you have to. I think
the current checks and balances.
Yes, yeah. I think you have to. Otherwise, just confusion ensues from there.
I've read references to the fact that you have had encounters with post-traumatic stress, etc. Has the writing of your books helped you with that?
No, not at all. When I did the one that got away, it wasn't like a cathartic experience at all. It just brought up a lot of bad memories. Quite recently, I did a program for National Geographic where I was debriefed over a period of 5 days, and it was an 8-hour day, talking about those 7 days and 8 nights in Iraq. And actually, it was exhausting, and it just brought up a lot of bad memories, and it actually depressed me, and I had to promise my family that I would never do anything like that again. I think with PTSD, it doesn't matter whether you're in the armed services, the emergency services, or, you know, maybe just a member of the, you know, like a civilian who's been subjected to something horrendous. The best thing is time and just not thinking about it.
But you have continued to write on military themes, so can you
Yes,
can you
absolutely.
draw a line? It's a Chinese wall
Yes,
between reality and fiction.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, these are, you know, it's a fictional story, so I will get the main framework of what's going to hold that novel together, and then think of characters that I worked with in the army, and then in my mind place them into that storyline where it doesn't have the emotions of something that is real life.
Best-selling author Chris Ryan, whose new book Headhunters is the 6th in his Danny Black thriller series, speaking to us a little bit earlier. You can read more about that interview if you head to BBC News online.
I'm a British soldier. Just a British soldier.
Oh! You are an Israeli!
صنع عليه اضرب الخائن اضربه
افتح الباب أرجوك 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 ولدي مات Once again, what is your name?
McNabb.
Your rank?
Sergeant.
And your unit?
Under the Geneva Convention, I'm afraid I cannot answer that question.
Fools! We are not in Geneva.
ادخل يا شيخ ادخل يا شيخ تفضل ايه وراه لا احد يدخل لا احد يدخل
ولدي ولدي يا منيوك منيوك مجرم What is that?
It's gold.
Ara. Take it off. Show me. You like my English?
Yeah, it's very good.
Of course it is. You think I'm stupid? You think we're all stupid? Please. I want you to tell me what Israel is doing here, now.
I'm sorry. I can't answer that.
ولدي مات لا يا رب لا يا رب أرجوك
هذا مسدس
Fucking outrageous.
These coins are what?
Gold. Gold sovereigns.
Why do you carry such wealth?
In case we need food. It's bad to steal.
Quite so.
اخرج. His boots were handmade, probably in London. This boy had to be a Rupert.